Hi, I'm Janine. Welcome back to Scorpio Moon Astrology. Today we are talking about Neptune retrograde. On July 7th at 6:54 a.m. Eastern Time, Neptune stations retrograde at 4 degrees 25 minutes of Aries. You might be wondering why I'm making an entire video just on Neptune retrograde. After all, it goes retrograde every year for several months of the year. It's not that unusual. But this one, Neptune is the first major domino to fall at the beginning of a longer retrograde season. Pluto is already retrograde, Mercury is retrograde, and over the next few months, several more planets and asteroids are going to go retrograde until by October, we're looking at 6 planets and several asteroids all moving retrograde at the same time. And quite a few of those are in Aries. So, Neptune is setting up the themes we'll be reviewing over the next several months, the same themes you've already been working with since the spring. I'm not going into retrogrades in detail. I know they can freak people out, just the word retrograde. So, if you want a better understanding of how retrogrades work and what they're really for, please see my video, Don't Fear the Retrograde. Now, with that in mind, let's take a look at Neptune. Class is now in session. Neptune is described as the planet of spirituality, dreams, imagination, compassion, and inspiration. All of those descriptions are true, but I think they all point toward one much bigger idea: vision. Whenever Neptune is involved in something, you need a vision, or you have a vision, or you need to recalibrate your vision. Neptune gives us the ability to imagine a future that doesn't exist yet. Before we write the book, or start the business, or change careers, or deepen a spiritual practice, or completely reinvent our lives, we have to imagine that future first. Neptune gives us the vision before it gives us the roadmap. Whenever Neptune is strongly activated in your chart, it's asking one very simple question: what future are you trying to create? Of course, Neptune has a shadow side as well. When we lose sight of that vision, Neptune often shows up as confusion, uncertainty, or escapism. Instead of moving toward the future we're trying to build, we distract ourselves. Maybe we binge a TV series, scroll social media for hours, throw ourselves into work, overuse substances, or just avoid making decisions because we honestly can't see where we're headed anymore. But remember, Neptune isn't asking us to escape reality. It's asking us to imagine a better one. Now, this retrograde is especially interesting because Neptune never leaves Aries. Unlike some retrogrades that move back into the previous sign, Neptune stays in Aries for the entire cycle. That means we're reviewing Aries themes from beginning to end, and Aries doesn't want to sit around dreaming forever. Aries wants to move. It wants to experiment. It wants to take risk. And because Aries rules identity, every step of that journey becomes personal. Neptune may provide the inspiration, but Aries asks what you're actually going to do with it. This retrograde isn't asking us to find a brand new dream. It's asking us to stop for a minute and take another look at the one we've already started building. Are we still on track, or do we need to make adjustments? So this retrograde is tackling this question: is the vision still yours? To answer that, we actually have to go back to March, because that's where this story really began. Neptune first crossed 1 degree 36 minutes of Aries around March 16th, beginning the shadow period. It continued moving forward until it reached 4 degrees 25 minutes of Aries, where it stations retrograde on July 7th. From there, it will slowly retrace those same degrees, station direct on December 12th back at 1 degree 36 minutes of Aries, and finally leave its shadow during the first week of April 2027. So this isn't really a 4-month retrograde. It's almost a year-long conversation. Think back to the middle of March. What was beginning to change in your life? Maybe you started a new job or left one. Maybe you launched a business, started writing a book, entered a relationship, questioned your spiritual path, discovered a creative outlet, or simply realized you wanted something different from your life. Whatever began then has now had several months to grow. Neptune is not asking you to tear those seedlings out of the ground. It's asking you to walk through the garden before you plant anything else. Is this still the garden you want to cultivate? For me, this story started just a few weeks before I was laid off from my longtime editing position. Suddenly, I wasn't looking for just another job. I was asking a much bigger question. How did I really want to earn my living? What did I want to create? How did I use my voice? What did I want my day-to-day to look like? This YouTube channel, my writing, and my astrology practice are all part of that answer. Now, your story is going to look different from mine, and that's important because Neptune is never working by itself. This retrograde is happening in one small section of your chart, but it's also part of much larger cycles that are unique to you. For me, I'm in the middle of a Neptune trine with my natal Neptune and consequently my natal Jupiter. For me, this trine has been about finding my voice, trusting my creativity, and allowing myself to build something that's actually aligned with who I'm becoming instead of who I've been. And with that Jupiter right there, it's taken on a much more expansive flavor than anything I might have ever dreamed up on my own. So when you're looking at your own chart, don't stop with Neptune. Ask yourself, what larger story is Neptune participating in? Now let's look at the station chart itself. One of the first things that jumps out is that we still have this long lineup of planets and points moving through Aries. They're more spread out than they were back in the spring, but they're all still telling the same story. Neptune is sitting at 4 degrees Aries. The moon is at 10 degrees Aries. Saturn is at 14 degrees Aries. Pallas Athena at 18 degrees Aries. Vesta is at 20 degrees Aries. And the part of fortune is at 22 degrees Aries. When I look at those placements, they read like a sequence. Neptune gives us the vision. The moon asks us how we feel about that vision. Saturn asks whether we're willing to commit to the work. Pallas Athena asks us to revise the strategy. Vesta asks what deserves our devotion. And finally, the part of fortune asks whether this path actually brings joy. To me, it's almost like the sky is walking us step by step through the process of turning inspiration into something real. Now, at the same time, Neptune is sitting right in between two supportive sextiles. On one side, we have Mars and Uranus together in Gemini. Both of these planets are encouraging us to experiment, learn, communicate, ask questions, and stay curious. Uranus wants breakthroughs. Mars wants action. Together, they're saying, go try it, test it, learn something. Now, on the other side of this, we have Pluto retrograde and Juno retrograde in Aquarius. To me, this is where the deeper question comes in. Pluto asks whether this vision is psychologically authentic. Juno wants to know whether it's authentic within our relationships. Who are you building this future with? Who supports it? Who challenges it? Are those relationships helping you become more fully yourself? And at the same time, Jupiter in Leo is forming a supportive trine to Neptune. Jupiter in Leo has been asking us how we become a fuller, more authentic expression of ourselves. Neptune is asking what we're building. Together, they ask whether the vision we've been creating actually reflects the person we're becoming. When I step back from this chart, I keep asking the same question, not what's going to happen. That's almost never the most useful astrological question. The better question is this: does the vision you've been building since March still belong to you? If the answer is yes, that's wonderful. Keep building it. If the answer is no, that's okay too. That's exactly what retrogrades are for. They're not here to make us start over. They're here to give us the opportunity to make adjustments before we spend another year building in the wrong direction. So, here's your homework. Over the next few months, pay attention to what keeps coming back around. What conversations are you revisiting? What dreams refuse to go away? Where are you being asked to make adjustments before you can move forward? Remember, this isn't about starting over. It's about making sure you're building something that still reflects who you are today, not who you were 6 months ago. If you would like to explore this or any other theme further in your own chart, please don't hesitate to reach out. I've got links to my website and to my blog and to sign up for my newsletter down below. If you like this video, please click like and subscribe. Don't miss any of my future content. And until next time, thank you for joining me.